What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about Link, going into my thoughts on future prices, and really just running over some analysis on why I'm personally buying this coin. Before we get started though, make sure that you're a subscriber to this channel, as well as commenting down below where you're tuning in from in this beautiful world, because I'd love to hear where you guys are coming from. Also, hit that like button as well as subscribing to this channel because as you guys can see, I'm dedicated to uploading 5 videos a week, just like this one, to keep you guys updated and posted in the cryptocurrency markets. I've been getting a lot of subscribers, a lot of support, a lot of VIP members lately, so I really appreciate, I have a deep sense of gratitude for all of the support that you guys give me on a regular basis. I'm seriously so glad that I have this YouTube channel and that I can share my thoughts with you guys and profit along with you. It's really fun to make money in these markets, but it's even funner to watch other people do it with you. So let's go ahead and get started on the Chainlink analysis. So this is Chainlink versus the US dollar, and this is calculated by TradingView. The reason for this is because there's more data on the Bitcoin pair. So I picked the Binance Bitcoin pair that's calculated by TradingView to represent itself in the form of the US dollar. So let's look up a simple pattern called V bottom. This is a pattern that I've actually been looking at in a lot of the different coins. You guys already know that most of these coins follow each other. This is a continuation pattern or a bottom reversal. In the case of Bitcoin, I would say that it's a bottom reversal. We have a V bottom that occurred in Bitcoin. In the case of like the S&P 500 and Link, it's actually a V bottom continuation pattern. So what I'm seeing right here is just this big old V, this nice V bottom reversal or V continuation pattern. And I really like to see this pattern because it's one of the patterns that has a really high probability of playing out. And you can actually measure the target of the pattern by measuring the low to the peak and going where it breaks out, and that will give you your first target. Now, I actually expect Link to push much higher than the $7.60 level, and we're currently at $4.14. And so because of that, I'm really watching for us to see a massive breakout of resistance at about $4.90, which, like I said, will take us above $7. And that will really confirm that this is the beginning of what's coming inside of Chainlink. And one of the things that I want to show you guys is the market cycle, standard market cycle chart. The reason that I like this chart so much is because I've made literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars with this single pattern alone. And so because of that profit that I continually make out of the simple pattern of a market cycle, it is one of my favorite ways to profit and see what's coming in the market. With that being said, you guys, one of the interesting things about market cycles is once you understand market cycles on a deeper level, which is what I teach in the Elliott Wave Power Series, market cycles, Fibonacci, and Elliott Waves. Once you understand it on a deeper level, you can connect it with your Elliott Wave patterns and understand where the market is going to go with a high degree of confidence. And one of the things that Chainlink is showing me right now is actually a flat correction. So that's where the A wave is the same, ends at the same spot as the C wave, and the B wave ends at the same spot as the zero wave, is where the zero wave begins. And so that's a continuation pattern in the sense that it's a corrective wave inside of a bullish trend, and we'll see continuation inside of this market. So the V bottom has me very excited, but what actually has me the most excited is when I zoom out and I look at when I look at Link in the big picture, you guys, I actually see a massive opportunity for success and for profit in this market. And one of the reasons that I'm seeing this is because of something called the first sell off. Inside of market cycle analysis, there's a spot in the market where it shakes everybody out. They think that it's the top of the cycle when it's really just the beginning. And this is called the first sell-off. And what we see right here is we have the takeoff period. That would be all of this period right here in Link. This is all the takeoff period. This is where it's getting accumulated by extremely smart money, like stealth phase, like the creators of the coin, people that are really in on the in and know what's going on. So that's the stealth phase right here inside of Chainlink, or the smart money phase. And then you get where institutional money comes in. And this is the first sell-off. That's where institutional money can actually get into the market. They have liquidity to buy. There's a lot of panic, so they can get in on a red day. The trend is already established, so they have a high degree of confidence that the market is going to see upside continuation. So what I'm seeing right now inside of Link is actually the first sell-off pattern, which means that we have a huge parabolic run coming. My VIPs know kind of my targets on this, but for you guys, I will go over kind of what that parabolic run will look like. And for me, you guys, the parabolic run inside of Chainlink will look something like this. You're just going to get this huge, massive parabolic run where prices just start trending up extremely quickly. And this is where we'll get media attention, enthusiasm, greed, delusion, new paradigm. And the cycle will repeat itself. At some point, there'll be a blow off top, and then it will retrace. And then, when it retraces, you get a buy despair, you get a buy depression again, which usually is formed at the mean. And in this case with Link, I'd expect the mean to be something like this. And so when you fail that mean line, this black line in the background here, when you fail that mean, you actually go ahead and get another buying opportunity in the market. And so this is why market cycle analysis is so useful to understand, is you're like, oh, well, this is all going to be greed. This is all going to be new paradigm, max euphoria. They're going to think it's going to go up forever. And this is all going to be depression, despair, where they think it's over and it's never going to go up again, when really this whole move right here is a fractal of this little first sell-off right here. And so that's really, really important to note, you guys, because that's actually what's happened in Bitcoin as well. And I'll get into that in a second so you guys can better understand why I know exactly what's coming in Link with such a high degree of confidence, and why I'm expecting the same thing in Bitcoin. And what's interesting about this pattern is, like I said, it's a fractal. So if we zoom into this right here in Link, and we look at what happened, it actually did that same thing. And I'm just going to go ahead and remove our drawing tools here. Or actually, let's make them invisible. So what's interesting about this is Link has done this twice now. Link has done this twice, the same exact fractal of human emotion. So right here you have the first sell-off. Oh yeah, if I'm drawing stuff. So right here you have the first sell-off, you guys. And then you get the parabolic run up in value. You have your mean right here. I keep drawing stuff. So you have your mean right here. Price is correct. So this is the blow off top right here at $1.48. Price is correct. They fall below the mean. It reaches depression. And then the cycle starts again. And we get a new bullish cycle. And then look again what happened right here. This one didn't retrace quite as bad, but they don't always have to retrace as hard as that first cycle did. This first cycle basically retraced to major support. Sometimes they retrace to the 618. In this case, this is probably about the 618. So we have our first sell-off pattern right here. Then you get this huge parabolic run up, a blow off top, and then you come back down. You fall below the mean, this trend line, this upward pointing trend line. I will go ahead and draw it and remove the tools again. So that upward pointing trend line, you fall below that, and then bam, guess what? You get the beginning of another cycle. And so this repeats over and over again. And of course, it's not going to look identical every single time, but if you understand the structure of the market, then you can profit off of these market cycles over and over and over again. And it really doesn't matter whether you're using this stock market cycles archive. By the way, all market cycles, all trading cycles apply to all markets, Forex, stocks, crypto. Really doesn't matter what you're trading, commodities. So you can either use the Wall Street cheat sheet, which shows the same thing, a disbelief phase, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, capitulation, anger, depression, or you can use this one. It really doesn't matter. It's showing the same thing. It just has different words for it, take off, for sell off, media attention, delusion, new paradigm, return to normal, despair. It's the same exact thing. It's just different words for the same cycle of human emotion. And so when I'm looking at Chainlink right now, I see this is all a big first sell-off getting ready for a parabolic run up where the media starts talking about it. We get enthusiasm, we get greed, we get delusion, we get new paradigm, and all that good stuff. And all of us make a bunch of money. So that's why I've been buying a bunch of links. That's why I've been posting updates about it inside of my group. And one of the reasons I'm so excited about it. Now let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin a little bit here because, okay, this is a terrible exchange to look at it. Oh man, I want to have a little bit more data than this, you guys. All right, let's just use the BLX today. It doesn't update, but it doesn't matter because I'm showing cycles. So I don't need the most recent. I don't need prices to be the most recent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at every single cycle that has occurred inside of Bitcoin in the past. So this is the first market cycle in Bitcoin. This is a very, very small first sell-off. It's kind of hard to see. It's maybe a little bit easier on the log chart. You can see that first sell-off pattern right there. And then you get this huge run up. You get media attention, you get public, you get greed. And then what happens? Well, we have our mean. We fail the support of the mean. We go into depression and despair. That's this spot right here, despair. And then we establish a new uptrend. We start accumulating, and look what happens, you guys. This is all the smart money phase of the market cycle again. You get stealth, smart money, then you get institutional money coming in on the first sell-off, which is now this right here. This is our new first sell-off. And then bam, we get another cycle in value. This one goes parabolic. You get new paradigm greed. You get a bull trap structure. And then you fall back onto support. But look, that support level is below the mean, so this is despair, this is depression. The MACD, look at the MACD at this period of time, extremely oversold and crossing with bullish histogram, meaning that the histogram was trending up through this period. And then bam, we get another parabolic cycle in value. And look, what's interesting is the last cycle is the first sell-off of the next cycle. And so that's what I'm talking about with Link, and why I think the next cycle will be so big, and then why I'll be buying the dip after it retraces again, because of the fact that I'm going to be buying the first sell-off of the next cycle. And then look at all this, you guys. Bam, you get another beautiful ABC corrective pattern, which in turn all becomes this big first sell-off of the cycle. And then we get this huge parabolic run up in Bitcoin. We get the top, we get the bull trap structure, we fall down into despair, just in the same way, you guys, that this one fell down into despair. See, we've got our lower trend lines, falls into despair. When trend lines start failing, you guys, it's usually time to buy. Like, seriously. I could show you hundreds of examples in the stock market where trend lines failed, right? I mean, 2008 was a trend line failure of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ index on the logarithmic chart. They failed the trend line, just like how Bitcoin failed its trend line on the log chart right here. And I'll show you that in just a second. Those two failed it. So when trend lines fail, often it's a good time to buy. The only trend lines I really like to use isn't upward pointing trend lines, but rather downward pointing. So resistance, so downward trending resistance is something I do find a lot of value in mapping out. So that is a trend line that I will use, but I do not use bullish trend lines pretty much at all. All right, so here's the log chart, and this is this huge upward trending line that everybody was worshiping, and, you know, Bitcoin failed that trend line, you guys. Came back, reclaimed it as support, and is probably starting a massive uptrend. I really think it is. And so this whole move, you guys, right here in Bitcoin, and one of the reasons I'm so excited about Bitcoin right now is this whole move is the first sell-off, just like how Link is in the first sell-off right now. This entire move in Bitcoin is the first sell-off of its cycle. So what do I expect to happen? Well, go check my trading view. Links are in the description, but I'll show you anyways in this video. I expect a massive parabolic run up, just like the first sell-off of the last cycle. And I'll show you in a second. Just like the first sell-off of the last cycle, I expect a massive parabolic run-up in Bitcoin in the big picture that makes us all super rich again. And everybody that doesn't believe it's going to happen is going to miss out on the gains or start buying past 20K instead of getting in at 9,000 or getting in at like 4,000 like I put over half my cash reserves in. And so this is why I get so excited, why I get so passionate about making these videos. So basically how I see Bitcoin today is that entire 2017, 2018 cycle is just this, getting ready for this to happen, a huge parabolic run up. And that's going to be so exciting, you guys, to see that happen. And so this whole cycle right here is just, like I said, the first sell-off of another parabolic run up in Bitcoin. And I'm really excited about it, you guys. Seriously, I've been buying every single chance that I get. I dump money into it. Just dump money in, dump money in, dump money in, dump money in. And I really want to see other people doing the same thing. This isn't financial advice, but consider doing that. And maybe you don't have like a large chunk of money to put in all at once, but everybody can stop buying coffee, like or whatever it is, the thing that you spend money on, even a little thing like that costs you money every single day. Who knows? Maybe you're buying 3 energy drinks a day or 4 cups of coffee. Like, buy one, or replace it with green tea that you can make that has similar effects, or drink caffeine less in general. I personally find I have way more energy when I drink it less and get better sleep and wake up energized when I'm not addicted to caffeine. And I have been in the past, coffee, teas. I used to be really addicted to it, and I'll admit it full blown. So what I really think here is you can always find some place in your finances to start investing on a daily, on a weekly, or on a monthly basis. And it doesn't really matter how much you initially put in, because if the percentage gain is going to be so big in the altcoins, so big in Bitcoin, that just being in the market is enough. And you will find money. If you have faith that the market will go up, if you have faith in your investments, then you will find money. There's tons of people with money. You've got family members, you've got banks, you've got yourself. You realize it or not, whether you realize it or not, a lot of people have money going through their life. They just feel like they don't. They have created this illusion that they don't because they're always spending, or they have feelings of lack. And so they don't realize that they have tons of money flowing through them. I know people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and tell me that they're broke or tell me that they're poor. Even stimulus checks, you guys, stimulus checks. A lot of people are on unemployment right now. Like, money is coming in, seriously. It's your mindset that you believe that you're poor. Before I made all the money in the markets, before I produced so much money in my life that I didn't even know what to do with it, I felt rich inside myself. I told myself I was rich, and I had that feeling already. And so money will come to you. You just need to change your inner belief systems and realize that you are already wealthy, and that you do already have enough, and that everything is an illusion when you have feelings of lack. It's an illusion that you don't have money going through you. There's literally billions and billions and billions and billions and billions, as Trump would say, of dollars flowing through the economy at all times from hundreds of different sources, from millions of different sources, from hundreds of millions of different people. And so the amount of abundance flowing through our economy, there's literally no excuse for you not to figure out a way to get inside of these markets and to set yourself up for success, to set, maybe you plan on having a family in the future. Maybe you just want to produce revenue so that you can provide for your community, your friends, and the family that you already have. Whatever it is, whatever your why is, figure it out. Figure out how to get some money in the markets. Start selling shirts from a thrift store online. Like, whatever it is, get some money, have some faith. It'll change your life, you guys. This isn't financial advice. This is my trading journal. But with that being said, have a little faith in the markets, you guys. So yeah, that's kind of my views on Bitcoin, my views on Chainlink. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about market cycles and for sell-offs and how these cycles repeat in a fractal manner. I have a VIP course that teaches this stuff in more detail, as well as course and signals. So make sure that you guys check out my website. Links are in the description. I'll give you guys a 20% discount on joining. It's really fun to see the new members coming in, to hear their stories, to hear their why, their reason for doing it, to talk with them back and forth in direct message and aid them in profiting in these markets. So I love having that open communication with you guys. And really the support is one of the biggest factors of this. You can message me anytime that I'm at my computer. I'll get back to you and help you with all of your questions. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. I seriously appreciate every single one of you guys. Happy Friday, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you on the podcast on Sunday. As always, stay profitable out there.